This is another great one. It follows him as it follows like a documentary crew that's following him around as he prepares for a world tour. Hello everyone. Welcome to this video. I am live from the Flatiron building in New York City. I had this idea to make this video of my favorite Broadway shows that I've seen in New York City while I've been living here. And I wanted to do it from somewhere nice outside, and I thought the Flatiron building. It's a nice day out. It's not as loud. I think they're doing something behind me. eBay is back there doing something. Not really sure what. I got a nice hot chocolate. I got a nice hot chocolate from Lavazza. It's a coffee shop. Oh, they have wine too. It's like an Italian little shop where they sell gelato and stuff right at the Flatiron. Hold on, let me show you. So I want to share my favorite Broadway shows. The holidays are approaching and tourists are going to be coming here. If you're watching this from somewhere outside of New York City and you're planning to come here during the holiday season and you want to see a Broadway show, I'm going to give you a few options. These are my favorite shows that I've seen while I've been living here. So if I were to be coming for the holidays, I would watch one of these shows. There are a million Broadway shows. There's off-Broadway, on-Broadway, off-Broadway. So you have a lot of choices. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, you can always look at off-Broadway shows, off-Broadway shows. If you look at the Producers Club around Times Square, they usually have like off-Broadway. 59th Street Theater is off-Broadway. There's this theater by West 4 that I went to. I forgot the name of it, but I'll insert it here somewhere. They have off-Broadway productions that usually end up on Broadway. Two of the shows that I'll be mentioning I saw in that theater. You know what? Let me find out the name of it. Hold on. The Minetta Lane Theater, which is the Audible Theater now. I think it's owned by Audible. I'm not really sure, but it's the Minetta Lane Theater in downtown in the Village. Anyways, let's begin with my absolute favorite, my number one. I love this musical so much. I go on YouTube to just listen to one of their songs, and that is The Book of Mormon. This musical was written by the same people that wrote South Park, which was one of my favorite shows. It is still one of my favorite shows. And it is so funny. I won tickets via Twitter when Twitter was a good place way back when. They used to have a lottery there, and all you had to do was retweet, and I won two front row tickets to see the Book of Mormon. That has been my absolute favorite to this day. I always go on YouTube and listen to Hello, which is the funniest show. I'm sorry if it's loud. I'm not sure how. I'm using the mic, so I hope that it's not loud. So I hope I don't have to re-record this. Anyways. Okay, my next show that I loved is a brand new Broadway musical. It is Death Becomes Her on Broadway. I think it just opened last year. Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child is there. And this girl, I forgot her name, but she was in a TV show on NBC. Megan Hilty, she was in the show Smash. I used to love that show. But she's one of the stars of the show. And this show was so much fun. This is the first show where, like, every time you go see a Broadway show and you buy, like, if you buy a drink during intermission, the theaters usually have the name of the theater in the cups, and usually, like, I like to take that as a souvenir. And I always wanted, like, a theater to print the names of the show in the cups, and this is the only Broadway show that did that. So I got my cute little cup at home that says "Death Becomes Sir." It was so good. The music was fun. The acting was great. If you're a fan of the movie, I think you're gonna love this show. So this is also a great pick. Okay, the next show is Kinky Boots. I watched it a long time ago. The guy, Wayne Brady, was the star of that. When I went to see it, when Brady was in it. It's another fun musical, a lot of dancing. It's about a drag queen that goes to like a small town. I forgot the small town. I don't know if it was in London. But he helps this like dying shoe factory come back to life by making boots, like kinky boots for drag queens. And is it also strippers? I'm not sure, but I know it's definitely for drag queens. But that was another good one, another good choice. The other one is Chicago. I mean, Chicago's like a classic. If you don't know what to pick, Chicago is definitely a great one. I love the movie and I love the musical. I watched it. My very first musical when I moved to New York City was Chicago. I used to be friends with this girl, and her mom bought tickets and she invited me to go. And we have front row tickets. It was another fun one. The next one is the the Michael Jackson musical. I watched that last 2 years ago. If you love Michael, this is another great one. It follows him as it follows like a documentary crew that's following him around as he prepares for a world tour. And it goes back and forth from like present time to when he was a young kid. It was a great show. I love the music. I mean, it's Michael, so you're gonna love the music regardless. That was a little expensive because it was like kind of fresh out there. It was fairly new. I think like if you're trying to save money, I think the Book of Mormon, because it's been around for so long, they're cheap. Kinky Boots and Chicago as well. Death Becomes Her and the MJ musical were a little more pricey because they're new. But either one is a great choice. Then the other one is not a musical, it's a straight play, and that's Purlie Victorious. It was so funny. It's like set in like I don't know if it's the 1950s or 40s. When I went to see it, Leslie Odom Jr. was the lead, and he was so great. This is if you're not into musical and you just want to see like a good straight play, Purlie Victorious is a really good one to pick from. The next one is an off-Broadway show and it's playing right now. It is October 24th. So if you're seeing this in the future, like a year from now, it might not be up or it might be on Broadway. So, but if you're here during the holiday season in 2025, check out Mexodus. It is a musical created by two guys. It's only two guys in the whole show. And this is another great musical. It is funny, entertaining. The music is so good. It's like they create the music as they go along. It's like a live loop where they start playing and then the music keeps playing. It follows two guys, a slave who goes south to Mexico. He's a runaway slave and he finds himself in Mexico and he runs into this farm that is owned by a Mexican guy in Mexico, obviously. So it follows their relationship and how the Mexican farmer helped him escape and help him reach freedom. It was so good. I hope they make it to Broadway. So I hope that if you see this in the future, they're playing on Broadway because I saw it off Broadway at the Audible Theater that I mentioned earlier. And the other one is honorable mention. It is closed already, but if they ever come back, Google it. It's called Dead Outlaw. It is based on a true story, and I watched it when it was off Broadway in the same theater that Mexodus is playing, which is why I say which is why I say that, you know, Mexodus might go to Broadway eventually, because I watched Dead Outlaw on the same theater, and then they went to Broadway and they were nominated for Best Musical. And that show was so good. I like did not know anything about it. My friend just had an extra ticket and I went to it. And it was about this guy. It's based on a true story apparently, that this guy in the 1920s, he was a bank robber. He got shot. It was like it follows his corpse and his life after death, which was it was so funny. I love that show. And it was like a rock and roll show, which surprised me because I'm usually not into like that type of music. But that one I loved. It's called Dead Outlaw, so maybe in the future they'll come back. But anyways, that is the list of all the my favorite Broadway shows that I've seen in New York City: The Book of Mormon, Death Becomes Her, Kinky Boots, Chicago, MJ the Musical, Dead Outlaw, honorable mention, it's close, Purlie Victorious, and Mexodus. To get tickets to see any of the shows I mentioned or any Broadway show in general, there's a few ways you can try to get discounted tickets. You can go to the ticket booth in Times Square, which is located right behind the red steps. You cannot miss the red steps. They're like in the middle of Times Square. Just walk behind them and you'll find the ticket booth. Usually they'll list what shows they have for sale for that day. You have to go on the day of the show in order to buy the tickets. If you want to go see a show in the evening, you should go to the ticket booth like in the afternoon. And if it's an afternoon show like a matinee, you can go in the morning. They usually have tickets for about 50% off, 50% off, or very cheap. You just have to go and check what they have available. Another way to get cheap tickets is by going to the theater where the show is playing in the afternoon and ask if they have any rush tickets or lotteries. If you're a student, there's also student tickets, which you can go to the ticket booth, to the theater, and just be like, do you guys have any student tickets available? And they're like $30. And this is all on the day off. And usually you have a better chance with a show that's not so popular. I remember I went to see a show. It was a straight play with Samuel L. Jackson. And we went the day off, we went around 4 o'clock. And we were like, hey, do you guys have any rush tickets? And we were able to get really good seats for like $40. If you don't have a specific show that you want to watch, and you just want to watch a Broadway show, you can just go to like any of the theater houses and see if they have rush tickets. You can also go on Playbill.com and they list the policies for all the theaters for their rush and lottery tickets and standing room tickets. So you can just check them out. I'll leave the link in the description so you can just read through it and see what show you want to see. Or you can download the Today Tix app and enter the lotteries through there. They also have discounted tickets. And that's the list. Comment below and share if you've seen any of these musicals or if you plan on seeing one. And if you decide to watch one when you're here during the holidays, come back to this video and tell me what you thought about it. Right now I am in Flatiron. It's kind of loud, so I hope you can hear everything that I just said. But I'm going to finish my hot chocolate and my croissant and head to work in an hour because it's a nice day out today. Anyways, that is the video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye.